This is Wendy Mendoza with the Achieving Vibrance podcast, where I share tips and strategies all about online marketing, all about Instagram, high performance tips, and just achieving a more vibrant life. So I want to dive into why I actually take people off of Instagram, my followers off of Instagram, to my Facebook group, because this is actually one of the strategies I teach inside of my coaching program with my clients that I work with. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I do this. Before, though, I jump into that, I want to invite you into my free Facebook group, which is called Instagram for the Business Sisterhood Collective. The link will be below here in the show notes. If you're listening on iTunes, or if you're listening on another platform, the link will be in the notes of that platform. But I'd love to see you inside of that group. I go live every single week, provide different tips and training all about not only just Instagram, but really online marketing and branding. So let's dive into today's topic, which is why I take people off of Instagram and into my private Facebook group. Because a lot of mistakes I see people making sometimes with Instagram is, one, solely relying on Instagram as the platform to gain clients, which Instagram is amazing. Obviously, I wouldn't be using it if I didn't think so. But if it's the only thing you're doing, you could be missing out on a whole subset of potential customers. And obviously the consequences of that are you're not going to grow your business as well as you would like. So I really want you guys to start to open your mind about Facebook, because here's the thing. Facebook announced not all that long ago in their last major conference that they were going to be making groups a major part of their platform and really emphasizing the use of groups within Facebook. And the thing that I love about this is you want to go with the flow of what's happening, right? So whatever the platform is saying, you kind of want to go with the flow of that. So let's talk about the benefits of Facebook groups and why I do this. Number one is there are things I can do within a Facebook group that I just cannot do on Instagram, such as I can create content and I can use the units of that group to then create a nice flow for how I want that content to be delivered to my audience. So if I have a specific, let's just say 4-week training that I'm doing where every week I put up a video, I can literally create a whole units just for those 4 weeks and title it whatever the focus is for those 4 weeks. Then I'm able to go back and link those units inside of the Facebook group to promote it or to encourage people to watch, or even better, when someone asks me questions inside of my Facebook group, and I've already done a video on it, I can go back and link that unit or that training to the comment back to that person and give them a really helpful resource to tap into, a video to watch, an audio to listen to, or something like that. So that's just one of the reasons why I love Facebook groups. The second thing is with a Facebook group, because I use my group as a private group, when people join that group, they're joining for a very specific reason. They're joining because they're interested in the topic that that group is focused on. So you get a very focused type of person joining your group who is specifically interested in that one topic that you're talking about inside of the group, which is great because you're creating a community of people who are also like-minded. And we all know that when like-minded people come together, you start to get that collaborative environment going, which is nice for a group. So let's say I'm struggling with a specific health condition, and I go into a group that's talking about that and gives tips on that. So I can feel safe posting questions about my health condition or posting struggles that I might be having. And then other people in the group who are struggling with the same thing or who have experience with the same thing are able to then provide their insights, their tips, their feedback, and I can relate. We can relate to one another. And that's a very powerful thing when it comes to creating any kind of environment, especially on social media. The other thing that I'm loving about Facebook groups is also I can do different things like post a video and pin that to the top of the group. So I have my welcome video posted at the top of my group. Well, actually right now it is a welcome message, soon to be a new welcome video, but I can post that at the top of the group so that when new members come in, I can welcome them, I can tag them in that welcome post and give them specific directions and information for what to do in a long typed form post where I can tell them to do all sorts of things. So right now, my welcome post gives definitely information about how to navigate through the group, but also I direct people to some resources inside the group that are going to benefit them and help them related to the topic of my group, which in my case is Instagram. So you can see that as amazing as Instagram is and all the different things you can do within Instagram, there are just some features within a group that I can't quite mimic within Instagram. So as I'm growing my Instagram following, one of the primary goals I have is, can I get the right kind of followers from Instagram over into my Facebook group? Because then I'm able to do everything that I talked about, but I'm also able to start to build a little bit of a deeper connection, more of a relationship, be a little more intimate inside of that group, go live. I can do things like tag people right before I go live. I can tag the group members. I make, my announcements, which I can do some of that within Instagram, but it's just not quite the same capabilities. And not only that, but the group is private. I get to decide who comes into the group. Not only that, here's one of the really cool things, and this is what I also teach inside of my private client mentorship, is when people join my group, I'm able to collect their email address and deliver a specific lead magnet or opt-in completely automated. I don't have to manually do this. Now, this isn't something that you can just do within Facebook. You have to know what kind of software to use. You have to know how to set it up. But how powerful is that? So when people come into my group, I'm able to ask them questions so that, one, I'm gathering feedback on what kind of audience is joining my group, what are some specific concerns and focus items that what are some specific focus topics they want me to go into. But one of the things I ask people when they join my Facebook group is, would you like my free Instagram blueprint? If so, add your email here. I let them know if they're going to be adding their email that I am adding them to my newsletter. So they have that information ahead of time. But if they say yes and they add their email, it automatically links to the software that I use that sends them the lead magnet, but in addition to that, adds them to my email list. Because not only am I able to grow my Facebook group that way, I'm also able to grow my email list. And if you've been in kind of this online marketing world for any amount of time at all, every major marketing expert tells you that you need to be growing your email list, because at any given time, anything could happen with Facebook or Instagram, and you don't want to solely rely on those platforms as your main place to be growing your audience or connecting with your audience. Accounts can get shut down, accounts can get blocked, all sorts of things can happen. So I'm working to grow my email list because A, I own my email list, but B, then I can communicate deeper with my group or my followers as I continue to grow my business. So one of the things that I like to do is before I go live inside of the group, I'll send out a quick notification letting people know, hey, I'll be live today at 3 p.m. That way, A, they're notified, and B, it gets more people to attend my Facebook Lives, or if I happen to be going on Instagram, wherever it may be, I can tap into my email list and let them know. So those are just a few of the really incredible things that you can do within a Facebook group, and why, as part of what I teach my clients, I am teaching them it's not only Instagram, why that is one of my main focus areas, but I'm actually using Instagram to filter people and invite them into my Facebook group to take the conversation even deeper and really just sort of drill down into who my ideal person is, who I can support in that way, whether it's just my Facebook group, maybe it's Instagram, but when they come into my Facebook group, they're definitely getting more of me there than they are even on Instagram. So you guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you start tapping into Facebook groups, and if you want to dive into this even deeper, number one, make sure you join my Facebook group, the Instagram for Business Sisterhood Collective. But number two, reach out to me and let me know if you want to chat about my mentorship program and how we can work together and help you not only grow your Instagram, but tap into the power of Facebook groups to also pull out and find your ideal clients and sell more of your services for what it is that you do to help people. Thank you so much for listening, and if you found this podcast helpful, please make sure you subscribe, leave me a review, and like I said, make sure you join my Facebook group, Instagram for the Business Sisterhood Collective, and you can also find me over on Instagram at Wendy Mendoza Coach.